Hello everyone, welcome to my movie channel. And I'm going to show you a thriller movie. Pay attention to the fog on the window. A hanged villain appeared strangely. There are also rare words like escape. The woman got out of the car quickly despite the advice of her friends. The friend was worried and hurried after him. A rope suddenly fell off the bridge, right around the woman's neck. I didn't wait for everyone to figure out what was going on. The woman has become a corpse in just a few days. Friends around me die mysteriously one after another, and the reason for everything. Let's start with an old deck of tarot cards. To celebrate a good friend's birthday, several college students rented a building in the suburbs, luxury villa, but the party wasn't even halfway through. They'd already finished the beer they brought. The nearest supermarket is in a small town a few kilometers away. Several people were drunk and couldn't drive. Obviously, you can't go out and risk having your driver's license revoked. Chubby thinks there must be good wine hidden in this house. So several people split up and started looking for. Just then, a bidder. The off-limits room attracted everyone's attention. Maybe there's something in there that they need. Easy to pick the door lock. But what they didn't expect was, there are a lot of props for divination stacked here. It looks very ancient and mysterious. Chubby found one on the shelf. Wooden box with star carvings. Inside is a delicate set of hand-drawn tarot cards. Since Haley has a lot of research on divination, so everyone booed. Let him use this deck of tarot cards. Divination for everyone's recent fortune. That's all. A group of 7 people began their journey of death. They turned off all the lights in the hall. Sit around and light candles. Haley just opened the box. Immediately, there was a gust of wind blowing around. There seems to be something wrong. Love is about to happen. He quickly closed the wooden box. Guys, people thought he was too nervous. There is absolutely no need to put the intention just now. Take it to heart. Haley finally agreed to her friend's request. He divined for everyone present. Everyone's fortune is good or bad. Good and bad are different. Just then, Xiaopeng got up and went to the toilet. After coming out, I found that the door of the villa was unknown when opened. Swinging back and forth under the action of the wind, little Chubby glanced unconsciously at the door, but found a terrifying figure in the dark. The glowing eyes are particularly noticeable. I didn't expect it was just a blink of an eye. The terrifying figure immediately disappeared again. The fortune of tarot cards. We won't read them one by one. Everyone sees it as part of the game. Didn't take it too hard at all. But what they didn't expect was tarot prophecy. It turned out to be the beginning of everyone's nightmare. The next morning, the crowd set off for the city. The 2 cars headed in time for the school. While refueling at the gas station halfway through, occupied last night, Parker, whose financial fortunes have changed. I actually won a $700 scratch-off jackpot. His friends are all lamenting his good luck, without realizing that the danger is slowly approaching. Come home at night. Birthday Elise, still reminiscing about yesterday's happiness with Paige, suddenly discovered the pavilion. The ladder upstairs was let down at some point. He thought it was some friend's prank. It didn't matter. He pushed the stairs up. He went back to his room and continued to chat on the phone with his friends. Unexpectedly, there was another loud bang outside soon. Elise cautiously went out to check. As a result, I saw that the stairs were let down by someone I don't know. When the girl walks out of the room, a shadow appeared behind him. But right after he turned on the light, the other party disappeared in an instant. Until then, Elise is still unaware of the danger. He decided to climb up and see clearly. But it's black paint, you can't see anything clearly. Just then, the lights downstairs started to flash. It was completely extinguished, and then there was a terrifying laugh. When the girl stands up straight and is ready to go down, only to find that the attic has been stacked with candles, and the high priest he drew last night appeared right in front of him. Elise couldn't believe her eyes. The woman looked up. I saw the terrifying ghost hands slowly put the ladder back. Just then, my friend Paige called. The woman struggles to get her phone for help. Unexpectedly, it was nothing. The force of the shape is pulled directly under the ladder. Several college students accidentally came into contact with old tarot cards. Unexpectedly, it brought them to death. The death of a good friend. It didn't get people's attention. But soon another friend also had an accident. Parker was walking home that day. I always feel that someone is following me. But every time I look back, there is no one behind me. Walking in an empty tunnel. The feeling of being spied on becomes stronger. And that's when the lights started flashing around. A faint unease came to my mind in an instant. Parker unconsciously quickened his pace. Unexpected, a strange black shadow suddenly appeared in front of him. What's even scarier is, the shadow also carried an oil lamp in his hand. Exactly corresponds to the shadow Parker drew in the game. The character hasn't waited for him to respond. The other party is wrapped in darkness, quickly lunged at him. Parker was so frightened that he was about to flee, but found that everything around me was quickly drowned in darkness, like a black hole sweeping toward him. Panicked Parker. One end into the maintenance channel used by the workers. I didn't see it until I came out. This seems to be the graveyard of the train. Many overhaul trains stop here. Parker hurried around looking for an exit, but accidentally found a newspaper on the ground. The content of the newspaper can't help but make Parker stand on his head. The above turned out to be a report about his accidental death. Just when Parker was lost, Parker turned around and got into the carriage. But the man in black had no intention of letting him go. They just pop up and disappear. Parker slowly retreated to the door of the carriage. The other party suddenly appeared again. The train knots whizzing by. Take away Parker's pain. The next morning, the remaining few were passed on, called to the police station for investigation. You can ask. The police got nothing from them. Useful clue? Chubby doubts. This is a premeditated, intentional homicide. It is very likely that the murderer is one of them. Haley, who was sitting on the side, speculated boldly. The cause of death of the two people is related to them, whose results are strikingly similar. It shouldn't be just a coincidence. Combined with the hints given by the tarot cards at that time, it's hard not to guess. They are under some kind of curse. Although it sounds a bit like a fantasy. But the facts at hand. I have to convince people. Haley tried to search the internet for similar events. Soon a man named Rama. The room attracted everyone's attention. He posted a lot of tarot cards online. Related articles. And that includes playing tarot. Some taboos. They are based on online addresses. Found Ram's place. But the other party doesn't seem to want to be disturbed. In desperation, Haley explained to him what had happened to her friend. Ram opened the door and met them. After Ram heard their story, he didn't appear very surprised. I told people about it because of this tarot deck. Murder that happened. Mexico City in 1951. There were 6 mysterious deaths in 48 hours. A small town in upstate New York in 1969. 8 people died in 3 days. London in 1988. 5 of the 6 friends who were traveling together died. All because of them. Used this tarot card for divination, fortune, and Nut was the only survivor. Investigate the reason. It wasn't because of how well he survived, but because he didn't use the tarot deck. Take it for yourself. All these years he has been looking for traces of this deck. Want to destroy him to avoid more people being killed. Immediately after he told the crowd about the origin of this deck of tarot cards. Hungary in 1798. An earl's wife is about to give birth. He made his personal heart. The wife calculated. Unexpectedly, I really meant, the earl's wife will die in childbirth. The result is the same several times in a row. The count could not accept this fact for a moment. Drive the astrologer and his daughter away, out of their territory. Soon after, the woman's prophecy came true. The count believes that she brought bad luck to his family. So ordered. His men killed his dependent daughter. Astrology is to avenge my daughter. A dark ceremony was held. He made a pair with his own hands, exquisite hand-drawn tarot cards, and use him for all the count's family. Divination. then at the cost of his own life. Help them reverse the royal history, although this move succeeded in killing the entire Earl's family. But the woman's spirit, the soul, is also sealed on the tarot cards. Never leave. Since then, this deck seems to be cursed by an astrologer. Anyone who uses this card for divination will encounter accidents. Everyone hurry. Go to the villa where we met a few days ago. Unexpected. The car drove to a bridge city and suddenly stopped. And then it happened. The terrifying scene at the beginning of the video. Xiaopeng was frightened and did not want to go to the villa again. So he parted ways with the other three. I didn't expect to just walk downstairs of the apartment. There was an accident. The man just came downstairs in the apartment. Right at the glass door, I saw a strange figure. I don't know when a clown appeared across the road. Corresponds exactly to the character of the fool in the tarot card. Xiaopeng hurriedly ran into the elevator of the apartment building. I'm glad the other party didn't catch up. Unexpectedly, the elevator stopped on the 5th floor for no reason, and the clown downstairs has been waiting here for a long time. Chubby wants to go to another floor, but suddenly found that all the buttons failed. Fortunately, the elevator door was closed in the end. He quickly called his friend for help. But there is almost no signal in the elevator. The phone was inexplicably interrupted as soon as it was connected. The next second, the elevator door opens again. The clown flashes at breakneck speed. Now at the elevator door. Then the lights in the elevator turned blood red. I haven't waited for the little fat girl to react yet. The clown suddenly emerged from above his head. At the same time, the other side. The three-person team has successfully arrived at the villa. They lit the fireplace in the house. He wants to destroy the tarot cards by burning them. But what they didn't expect was, this eerie tarot card is not afraid of fire. Even if thrown into the raging flames, still intact. In desperation, they could only turn to Rama for help again. Ram obviously came prepared this time. He's fast on the floor, bad formation. Hardware that will represent different constellations. Put the formula in the corresponding position. Want to break the curse of the astrology room? You must first put his spirit. The soul comes out of the tarot. I don't know when a ball appeared on the chair behind me. Shadow? Mu also immediately sensed the other party's presence. Then the body of the nut loses control. The nose can't stop it and starts to bleed out. The astrologer just raised his arm slightly. The tarot mirror automatically jumps out of the box. He wants to make a fortune for the nut in front of him. But obviously, this sword 6 does not represent a few moves. The nut instantly became ashen. Under the terrified gaze of the three, Rama was caught by a. The power of form is drawn into the darkness. Haley and the three were scared and ran for their lives. But it hasn't gotten far. Nut's body suddenly fell from the sky. As predicted on the tarot. He has 6 sharp swords stuck in his body. In a panic, Peppa ran away from Haley. He's looking for Haley's voice. Found a basement. I thought it went through the basement. You can see each other's figure. And then the overhead light bulb burst. In a trance, many Wymans appeared in front of him. I didn't expect. Weeman's lens turned out to be a gorgeous stage. And the magician has been waiting for a long time again. This corresponds to the magician character he picked. Peppa wanted to leave, but his feet were instantly locked. Too late to think. He's crawling backstage with his hands and feet. I didn't expect to get directly into the magician's props. In the box. Then the magician moved the box to the stage. The human body separation was performed for the audience. Magic. Moments later, there is no movement from Peppa in the box. The audience broke into thunderous applause. At this moment, Haley, who was hiding in the room, suddenly thought of the way to break the curse. Since this tarot card can be used for divination, those who are lucky bring bad luck. Then use him to make up a hexagram for the true master. Wouldn't it be possible to curse? Transfer it to the true master himself. The two have just made up their minds. Unexpected. The next second, Brother Black was dragged out of the room by the devil, seeing that my boyfriend is about to die in the fire. Haley completed the divination ritual as quickly as possible. I'm really forced to have no choice but to show up again. The astrologer stepped forward, strangled Haley, trying to save his last face. It's a pity that the defeat is certain. Death on the floor. It seems that it has been doomed in the dark. The end of the star chamber. Just a second before her boyfriend was about to be dragged into the fire pit, there was a sudden gust of wind in the room. Patterns representing constellations on the ground. Then it became like fire. Countless black lines in astrology. Rapid rotation around the chamber. Crazy like a demon from hell. Share prey. Eventually everything went back to normal. Zhang Xunqi also seems to have let go of the resentment in her heart, maybe reunited with his daughter. The end of the movie. Haley and her boyfriend walked out of the villa arm in arm. This room only. The relationship between the two has also become more unbreakable. Never thought. Just then, a car was slowly approaching them. The curse that I thought was Brother Black continues. Unexpectedly, the person who got out of the car was actually Chubby. It turns out that just a second before the clown is about 2 pounds. It was Chubby's roommate who showed up in time to save him.